Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Martin. I'm filming this in my storage unit tonight, almost tonight. Uh, it's about 5 o'clock and it's Thursday. So yesterday was New Comic Book Day. So this is my Modern Comics Suck video. They don't suck. Well, most of them don't. But what I do is once a week I go into my local comic book shop, which is All Star Comics in Melbourne, and I get the stuff that's hopefully arrived and unpacked by the time I get there. But most of the time it's the stuff from the previous week. It's how it works out. But as is usually the case, I have a lot of books. I think there's about 20 books here. And usually what I do is I put them in order of what I want to read last to what I want to read first. But in this case, I'm going to end on a bit of a key issue. I'll show you why at the end. The first book is Absolute Flash issue 3. Now, for a $4.99 book, I have to be dedicated to read this. I put this up against the current Flash series, which is just... it can't compare. This is I want to say a breath of fresh air, but I won't. This is a lot more action packed. This is a lot more art centric, and there's a nice little mystery going on in the first two issues. So I'm very keen to continue to read Absolute Flash. I'm not going to be cancelling The Flash because I've been reading it for so long, but I will read both concurrently. And next up, we have Batman Superman World's Finest issue 39, part of the We Are Yesterday storyline. And because I read so many books each week, I kind of have to play a little bit of catch up with this storyline to understand exactly what is going on. I know it's Batman and Superman going up against the Legion of Doom. And I know Airwalker is involved. And if you're a fan of the Justice League Unlimited series, you'll know what's going on with Airwalker. Next up, we have Batman and Robin Year 1, issue 7. I think this is either a 10-issue arc or a 12-issue arc. But yeah, really good. And for me, it's the Chris Samney artwork. He really knows how to tell a story about Batman and Robin with a great use of inks, great use of shadows. It's just great. It's just great. I really enjoy it. Now I took a chance with this one. This is Blood and Thunder issue 1 by Image. I dug the cover. A redheaded girl with a huge gun and standing on top of like a whole lot of machinery. Yeah, this was kind of like an instant buy for me. I have no idea what this storyline is about, but that's kind of the fun of taking a chance with books. Seeing what works. And yeah, what if it doesn't entice me? That's fine. Look, and I'll also say, my son and I, we went and saw Mission Impossible on Tuesday night, and there was 5 people in the audience. But he's like, "Oh, Dad, what's it about?" And I was like, "I don't know what it's about, but we've paid our ticket. Let's just go in. Let's see if we like it. And if we like it, that's cool. But if we don't, then we took a chance." And with books like this, I take a chance, and I always hope for the best. Next up, we have issue 21 of Daredevil by Salamin Ahmed and Sora's. Now, I criticized Sora's last issue, Jose Luis Soares. I made fun of his name, but my God, what an artist. Just like crazy good. It looks so very, very good. That's Daredevil issue 21 with Soares on art duties. Now, next up we have Doom's Division issue 1, part of the One World Under Doom. Now, I pre-ordered this from All Star Comics, and there was a mix-up, and they gave me Doom's Academy issue 2, and this was probably about 3 weeks ago. And they said, "Oh, just bring in Doom's Academy issue 2, and we'll do a trade." And I lost Doom's Academy issue 2. It was somewhere in my collection, and luckily I was able to find it and do the trade. So I'm keen to see what this is about. if it's any good. Hopefully, but yeah, we will see. We will see. Now I know this is a good one. It's a facsimile edition of Fantastic Four issue 5, the first appearance of Doctor Doom, and I'll show you very quickly because, as I like to do with their first appearances, there he is inside the book right there, and he doesn't have his gloves on. Victor, 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 what are you gonna do? Okay, next up we have Gromit's issue 7 of 7. This is the final issue, and I don't know what took this book so long to get the last issue out. I don't want to say that it's lost momentum because I'm sure once I get into the first few pages, I am back in that story. This was such a fun read by Brian Posehn and Rick Remender with Brett Parson on art duties. It was just great. This even though this was like a few years before my time, this reminded me of my skating, friends from school, and just hanging out and just being idiots as kids. I could never skate though. I just ran along. I was the runner. I was never the skater. I tried, and I overtee every single time. Next up, we have the all-new, all-deadly Gwenpool. Yeah, I caved. I caved to FOMO and spec. I'm not hoping. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not hoping. I'm hoping for good things, but I'm not going in expecting like high praise. I read. No, is it Gavin Scott? Gavin Scott. Does it have his name near the front? Cavan Scott. Cavan Scott did the Star Wars Ewoks first issue, and I was not a fan of that. I bought it thinking that it was going to be fun, and I didn't enjoy it. But yeah, just something in me went, you know what? Let's try this. Let's see if it's any good. And if not, I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure. If not, maybe it might go from a $5 book to a $10 book in a few years. Now, I took a chance on this. I saw it on the shelf, and I went, wow, this looks like my cup of tea. This is Los Monstros by Dark Horse Comics. This is the first issue. It's a $4.99 issue. I saw, though, James Robinson and Jorge Moreno. Or Jesus Moreno. Sorry. I saw those two creators, and yep. Particularly James Robinson. I just went, monsters, James Robinson, and beautiful artwork. Bang, I'm getting this. I flicked through it, and yeah, it looks exactly what I thought it would be. But it's like mostly a black cover, especially on the back there. So if I want to have this for a spec, I have to take very good care of it and not wreck it up. But it's my book. I'll do what I want. Next up, we have New Gods issue 6. And I think this is either a 10 or a 12-part series by Ram V. It's very interesting. I have been enjoying the non-cosmic aspects of this story. I did cancel it when tariffs were announced because there was a fear here in Australia that the prices of books were going to skyrocket, like really skyrocket. So I got rid of a few books. This was one of them, and then when I realized, it's only a mini series, I thought, you know what, I will continue to get it because I was enjoying it, and I did read the last issue, and I was pretty impressed, and I thought, look, I'll just get them because I know that if I don't have the full set, I'll always be wondering. But yeah, there we go. And if you're wondering who this is on the cover, it's Black Racer. Next up is another facsimile edition. It's Our Army at War, issue 151. It's the first appearance of Enemy Ace. I have the original of this, but obviously not in as nice condition. It's back at home waiting to be read, and it'll wait a little bit longer because now I have this and I can read this, and I'm not as cautious about how I handle it, but I'm sure I will enjoy it because I do like my war books. I do like them. Now, we have next Red Hulk issue 4 by Ben Percy, and I tell you what, I read the third issue, and oh man, Marvel, you made a big misstep. You should have got Ben Percy to do the One World Under Doom storyline. he was able to tell an action-packed story with political intrigue and political manipulation on the part of Doom, and tell it in such a way that I didn't fall asleep. I was enthralled. It was such a cracking read, and you got Ryan North writing the book, and all I hear from multiple sources is that it's a dud story. There's nothing here. There's nothing going on. The third issue of this was just incredible. If you can find it, track it down, read it. It was so much fun. So I am very much looking forward to reading this. It might even be on the top of my pile. Next up, we have Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma, book 2, again by Ram V. And now, unfortunately, we had Butch Guice pass away, and I have to wonder, is this Butch's last published work for DC? I hope not. I very much hope that we have a little bit of artwork by Butch in every single issue of this series. I think it goes for 6 issues. I'll have to check it out. I don't exactly know. I did enjoy the first issue. I heard this one's a bit of a slog, but I will read it and make my own mind up. Now I've got 6 more to go. So thank you for sticking with me. Next up, we have Spider-Verse versus Venomverse issue 1, and I just went, you know what? Let's have some fun. It can't all be serious. And I'm not a huge fan of the multiverse. I really don't like the Edge of the Spider-Verse movies. The multiverse, it just makes everything redundant and boring and pointless. But with this, I just thought, let's just see. Let me get my brain and just put it on the shelf, and let's just see how silly we can get and how much fun we can have with this. So that's why I bought that. The same situation with this. Superman Unlimited, issue 1 by Dan Slott, Raphael Albuquerque, and I bought this purely for the artwork. I read the little snippet that Dan Slott did in a previous Superman book, like last week or the week before, and it started off okay, and then the twist made me cringe. So I'm not a huge Dan Slott fan. I'm sure he has his fans, but it's mid for me. But I'm mostly here for the artwork and also the other Superman books that are on the shelf. Superman in particular, month after month, week after week even, Joshua Williamson is just cracking that book out, and it's so good. I did read the Supergirl first issue, and my God, a lot of talking in that one, and I thought, this is not for me. I'm getting it on the regular, but I didn't think it was going to be for me. But by the end of the issue, I was like, I seem to know where this story is going, so I'll stick with it for a little bit longer. But again, I'll read this, and I hope for good things. Next up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation issue 6, an anthology story of all the auxiliary Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters, and we have Bebop and Rocksteady here, and they're in Las Vegas, and the storyline is Bebop Rock Vegas. Just fun. Comics can just be fun. You don't have to take them too seriously, and please don't. I'm looking forward to reading that. This series has been a surprise hit for me, and yeah, I have been enjoying it. So 3 more to go. Next up, though, we have Thunderbolts Doomstrike issue 4. Now, the third issue was a bit of a dud for me. I just felt like it was really going nowhere, and for me, not making a lot of sense. I do read these books late at night, so again, the brain has switched off. Most of the dates switched off. I should really turn it back on. But yeah, the third issue kind of got lost on me. So maybe when I read this, I'll read it after my after my afternoon nap, and I can be a little more switched on. I have to say that the artwork is nice. Second last, we have Usagi Yojimbo, 10,000 Plums issue 3, or 282 of the legacy numbering. This is by Dark Horse. And every time I have a Usagi Yojimbo book to be read, I know it's going to be great. Stan Sakai, every single issue, he brings the goods every time. He never fails. It's high quality if you're a fan of this character, which I certainly am. And yeah, that will be at the top of my pile. But the key issue, it's this one. It's X Factor issue 10 or issue 302 in the Legacy numbering, and it's the final issue I'm going to show on this video. And what makes this, a quote key issue is if you go to the letter page right here, you'll see a letter from Martin Bowe, and it's me. I wrote a letter to a whole lot of Marvel books and a couple of indie books, and thankfully it was published. This is the last issue of the series, and so I was reading the last few issues thinking, are they going to show? Are they going to print my letter? Please, please! And they did, and it's right there, and I'm very happy. But in the early 2000s, I was a single guy just reading comic books and just reading comic books all the time, and I had a lot of spare time, and what I did in that spare time is I would write letters. Letters. Lots and lots of letters. Letters. Particularly in the Hellboy series. Yeah, just it seems like every month in Hellboy, and especially BPRD, there'd be a letter by me. And yeah, I'd write about this and that and everything. But yeah, for a long while, I did not write any letters, and I thought, yeah, I should really get back into doing that and see if anything eventuates. I did write a letter to the Fantastic Four book, really criticizing the quality of the writing, and surprise, surprise, they didn't publish it. I also wrote to X-Men, and I didn't put okay for printing because I don't read that book on the regular, so I wasn't going to see if it was going to be published. But I was talking about Alpha Flight. The Alpha Flight were in a recent issue, and I just really enjoyed it. But anyway, that's the video for today or tonight, whenever you're watching. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you wish to. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, as always, for sticking with me, and I'll catch you at the next one.